Here. What's up, guys? How y'all doing? I'm Doug Best, and this is my Senorita here. We on the Doug Best Show late night. It's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. We in my tax office, and is anybody up out there up with me? I'm hungry, guys. I've been here all day. How you feeling, Senorita? You didn't ever pull the microphone up on you. Bring it down. Put it right there for me.
Right there.
Yeah. Can you got to bring it in a little closer to you so you can talk to the people?
Okay.
Testing 1 2. How you guys doing out there? How you feeling? You tired?
A little tired.
A little tired, guys.
All day.
All day. Hey, I'm gonna tell you guys. Is anybody up there out there with me today? It's January the 25th, 2025. You're on the Doug Best Show. In best taxes, baby. We tired, but we got to get the job done. So you can have all the charisma in the world. You can advertise as much as you want, but what you got to do, you got to have this certain something that make you willing to stay here till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning and finish people files. I got hundreds of files. My son Michael Best was just in here a few minutes ago, and he was like, somebody called me at 11:30. He says, Dad, they disrespecting you by calling you at 11:30 at night. I said, son, we been here at 2 o'clock in the morning. They ain't disrespecting me. They calling me because they checking on their files and they know I'm gonna be here. They know we gonna be here.
Yes.
Yes, they know we're gonna be here. And guys, before we get going, I just wanna.
The only problem is when they call at 5, 6 o'clock when we are sleeping.
Oh my God, yeah, that's.
It's just,
Who
oh
is
my
it?
God.
I know we wake up and it be like, but no matter what they call, whenever they want, it's like I'm sure the preachers have to go through the same thing. Something happens, and you got to have the soft skills. You got to be able to accept it and keep moving forward. I'm Doug Best. I'm your friend. Is anybody up out there with me? I see you. Cupcake, she says, good morning. It's 3:49 here. In Florida, Cupcake, I'm mad at you. You said when you came to California you was gonna come be on the Doug Best show. But I love you and I'm glad you made it on. How was your Christmas? Fine. And if anybody out there, I just want to just like a real solemn note right here. Today, a serious note. Today they had my cousin John Ali Best's funeral at St. Rest Baptist Church. And I got there a little late and I didn't stay throughout the whole service because, my office is packed. Some people think that I'm just lying about my office. It's probably the busiest tax office in the whole city. Look, we got hundreds and hundreds of, can they see it? We got hundreds and hundreds of
I
files.
think you are too
Oh,
far
you know
from
what?
the
And
microphone.
we've been, no, you know what happened? Is we've been talking, but the microphone's been on you. I mean, the camera's been on you. Oh my God, should we start over? We ain't starting over. Anybody out there? Hey, good morning, Cupcake. I see you. She says, I didn't have a lot of time, but Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to both of you. Hey guys, I'm here.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. We on the Doug Best Show, and you know what? I guess the first couple of minutes we had the camera on my Senorita, not on both of us. But I'm Doug. I'm your friend. We on the Doug Best Show. We're in the best tax office, and I just want to chit chat with you guys. I seen Donald Trump on TV tonight. He's on every news station in the world. We ain't got no news station. This is a news station. I'm gonna talk to you tonight. So today I went to my cousin John Ali's funeral at St. Rest Baptist Church. The pastor, DJ Kreiner, and the deacons, my other cousin, Roscoe Sharp Jr., Steve Johnson, and a couple of more people were there. It was a solemn occasion, and I just want to just send my love and my best wishes and just some words to tell my family members that, just to be strong. I felt the services. I don't go to a lot of funerals. I don't go to church that much at all. But in the services today, I felt it. And I want to send my love to my Aunt Virginia, and I hope I don't miss somebody. To my cousin Roscoe Sharp, that's John's brother. Khalif, that's my cousin. My brother, my cousin Reggie Best, that's his brother. Ron the Best, Keita, Rakita, Gwen, Fahim, and I hope I don't miss nobody. Gwen, Fahim. I don't know. I hope I don't miss nobody. Everybody out there in my family that you know, John's sisters and brothers, and Aunt Virginia, man. And today, couple of things. While we were in the funeral, you know, I'm just looking around. I'm looking and observing everything. I see, you know, what I mean, I'm looking and I'm observing everything, and I see my cousin Rhonda got up and spoke. Her daughter got up and spoke. A lot of people got up and spoke, but one guy that really touched me. And guys, just hang in here with me. This Doug Best. This is late night. We on the Doug Best show. I see Cupcake is listening to us. We in the funeral. This is my cousin John Best. He died. He died on the cold streets of Los Angeles, and they had the funeral today at St. Rest. And his friend Joe got up and spoke. I know Joe. And I'm going to tell you the little story about what happened when Joe gave his little speech, his passionate testimony about my cousin, John Ali. And then I want to say this first, the preacher. You know, I ain't no church guy, and then you guys know me. I'm on the Doug Best show, and I'm going to always tell the truth. If I see something, I'm going to tell the truth. So I see my friend Joe, he's up talking about my cousin, John Ali. And they give everybody in the church like 5 minutes to talk. 5 minutes, you know how, because people could be long-winded. I'm Doug, I'm here on the Doug Best show. But Joe, I know Joe. So Joe was speaking, and, you know, he went 5 minutes, and I'm just looking, 10 minutes. And it's over the 5-minute allocation. Then I see Steve Johnson, he's a deacon, and I see Roscoe and them, everybody's kind of fidgeting. But what happened, Joe talked about, you know, him and my cousin John being friends since they was 15 years old. And it's the beautiful thing that the preacher did, the pastor, the boss of the church. He might have never seen this, but I seen this, man. It's like touched me. And I know everybody in that church was feeling the same way. They give you 5 minutes and you could go a little longer. They give you a little grace. But Joe was going on and on and on because he was so powerful and so passionate, and he really meant everything. I could tell. Everybody in the church felt the same. When I looked at Roscoe. That's John's big brother, but he's a deacon in the church. And I look at the pastor, DJ Kreiner, and the other guy, the deacon, wanted to cut Joe off, but the pastor did like this. Lowly, well, you know, you have to be really observant to see the subtle move. But he was saying, give him his time. And man, it's like, I'm a black guy. We don't show our emotions, and we don't cry too much. And I know Joe, man. I know Joe, and I know John from, you know, they were out and about in the streets in the mud, and Joe was telling this story, and it was real. And it was like he was telling the real story about how John and him lived in the streets, and the pastor, DJ crying, I could tell, he could see it. And he could have easily, you know, made Joe get off the microphone, but he didn't, man. Yeah, but Mr. Kreiner, Pastor Kreiner, man, I'm just telling you this. I don't go to church, man. But how you handled that, man, that was like, it's almost like, you know, how you got like a brother or a sister or a family member or something. You know, they got to get that off of their chest. So it was like therapeutic for Joe, and it was therapeutic for the rest of us that really, really, really know John. Man, that was a beautiful thing, what Joe did and how the pastor handled it. And this, I'm gonna move off of this story in just 1 second. And I seen Joe. I know Joe from the streets. Man, and the pastor got up, and he knew his time was up. But he fell into that pastor's arms like, you know, man, I needed that. And you can almost feel the emotions in my voice and, you know, how I'm feeling. I felt what Joe did. And then that was a beautiful thing, man. And I'm just telling Steve Johnson, Roscoe, and the other deacons and pastor, DJ crying over that St. Rest, man, that is what made that services real, because you let Joe speak his truth, and that truth, it represented a whole bunch of us, even though a lot of people ain't going to say it. But we knew John for all the stuff that they talked about, John being a great salesman, that's from our Uncle Elvin. And he looked like his dad, my uncle, and Joe did a great job. And my auntie, oh my God, she was so strong. If something happened to one of my kids or my brothers and them, man, I'd probably break down like a pretzel. But everybody in the church, everybody in the church showed love and they showed strength. And that was a passionate moment. I just wanted to get that off and just tell everybody that. Yeah, thank you, Pastor DJ Kreiner, for letting Joe speak his truth, man. And he wasn't lying about one single word at all. It was a good service. I don't know if good is a good thing for going to church. My Senorita was going to go with me, but my office was packed. A lot of people. I make a lot of money, when I here. But I said, man, I told everybody, hey, man, I'm going. You guys could come back if you want to come back. But when I got back, my office been packed all day, all day. And here it is, 1 o'clock at night, and I got hundreds of files. And people probably think that I be just saying that. My son was saying, Dad, what you think? Your pops be lying? I'm here. I'm here. It's 1 o'clock at night. And then we going to be back up here first thing in the morning. I'm going to exercise. My Senorita got some clients for notary and immigration. And so we here on the Doug Best Show. I don't know. Is anybody out there? I don't see nobody chiming in, but I'm going to re-share this, and we're going to move forward. How you feeling, little mama?
Fine.
You feeling fine? And then, let's see who said, Georgetta, Miss Stanford, Miss First Class Everything. You on the Doug Best Show late night. It's the beauty about, having this podcast. We could get a phone and hold the phone up, but my Senorita's arms go to shaking after a little while. But what you thinking, though? I seen Trump on the news tonight, and you're Mexican, an Hispanic woman. What you really feel about immigration?
Well, it's so difficult now for the Mexicans because they are afraid because Trump is. Uh,
Okay,
I don't know.
so can you share? You can't share nothing personal. I know you don't. I'm spontaneous. I share. You be like, hey man, I know that Negro didn't say that. Yeah, I said that. So what do you feel though? As a Mexican and you see Trump. I mean, what you wouldn't mean. So hey, what's gonna happen?
I'm not
We
afraid because
because we got
he's not
enough
going
money to get on the
do
plane and then
nothing.
move to France.
But the people who doesn't have documents is gonna be hard for them
Yeah.
because the deportation.
You talking to the people right there. Go on, talk to them. Just so this your opportunity. You talking to the Mexican people. And first,
Yes, I am talking with.
yeah. But first, I'm gonna tell you this right. I ain't gonna cut you off. So my Senorita was the boss down at immigration for a bunch of years. So she kind of like modest and don't want nobody to know. So just keep talking. Tell them what you think about it though. I ain't gonna cut you off no more. Lo sientos, disculpe. I'm sorry.
Like I said, the Mexican. Well,
Keep
this
the microphone close
it's
there.
for all the people who doesn't have the legal documents to be in the United States, but specific for Mexicans, that is the connationals. There is hard because they afraid now to get out to the streets or go to the jobs or stores because they thinking probably they're going to be um, get it from the immigration and be deported,
Mm-hmm.
and that's uh, most of them has a lot of years living here,
Mm-hmm.
and it's it's so hard because they have a lot of years out of Mexico
Mm-hmm.
and living here,
Mm-hmm.
and they come back and mm, many doesn't have either family because they come over here
At a young age. Huh?
younger
Mm-hmm.
and doesn't have the opportunity to have the residence or
Mm-hmm.
and it's hard. It's hard
So when you talk,
to break the family.
yeah. So when you talk to when the Mexican women, like when the black people get together, we talk in another way, where and then we get around everybody else, we talk in a certain way. So when the Mexicans is getting together, I don't know if you're gonna be as open as I am. So what do they really feel right now? Because a lot of Mexicans were involved and making Trump the president?
With the people that now I was talking about it, um, they feel afraid.
You feel afraid?
They feel afraid.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
feel it. Yeah. So I see Georgetta says the freedom of speech, but yeah, Georgetta, I love you and I understand the freedom of speech, but the only thing is what comes with the freedom of speech. Sometimes, even though you got the legal right to have freedom of speech, the people in a position of power could take that freedom of speech, everything that you just said, and use it as a weapon against you. They could use it as a weapon against you. And when I'm asking my senorita, I'm wondering, we're not gonna really know about all the Mexican male and female that voted to get Donald Trump in there. They're not gonna really feel it until it affects them personally. Somebody, their cousin, their uncle, their grandma, or
Yeah,
somebody get.
most of the families has one member
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't have legal documents,
Mm-hmm.
and is affected. And probably some said, "I don't care. I I have that document. I have already um, nationality, uh, or I've been here
Keep the
living
microphone close to you.
for many years, and I don't be afraid." But the people who doesn't have a legal documents is is hard.
It's hard. So I wonder, yeah, with the people that don't have the legal documents, they're afraid. But do you guys openly talk about that? You know how when you talking to Laura, are you talking to the Lorena, are you talking to your niece? Is that a subject that comes up a lot in the Mexican group,
Uh,
or they don't talk about
we don't
politics?
talk a lot, just like a few times that we are talking.
Georgetta
But
says, leave her alone. We hear her well. Stop it. You women jumping on me like that. But going on, I think, I'm going to tell you guys, I try to get a few
the
guys to get
the
on there and
people who
talk.
has the residents, they also uh, be afraid to get out because some of the immigration officers that's screaming like, "How long are you going to be out of the country?"
Mm,
And they feel the power to take off the residents,
the power of the pressure.
the pressure, and the people has the officers. Um, they they power to take out the documents.
Oh, so you saying that you didn't seen a situation where one of the immigration officers then told somebody that or something you didn't heard when they saying that if if you do this or you don't do that, I got the power now with the backing of Trump and the federal government to take the paperwork that you have and you can never set
A
feet
few
back in there.
years we also noticed that one old lady come back from the vacations,
Mm-hmm.
and the officer take off the green card
Mm-hmm.
and said, "Okay, you have to be arrangement because you want to present with a judge."
Right. Yeah. So it's scary now. Huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why it's so important. If you are a legal resident now, you have to be filed to the documents to be a citizen. It's so
Right.
important to do that
Right.
because it's more secure when you're gonna be a change the status.
Right. So for us, we black. Most of us, I don't really. I understand the system a little bit now. So for the people that's out there that just listen to us, so a green card is what?
A green card is
Keep your mouth to the microphone so they can hear you.
a green card
Just pull the microphone.
is a legal document that we have to show that you are living here legally.
Okay, so the green
You can
document.
you can work and live in the United States.
Okay.
That means the green card.
Okay, so the green card, do that mean that you know that you got a social security number or you got an
Yes.
I-10?
No, social security number.
Social Security
The
number. Okay.
ITN is for the people who doesn't have the legal residence but can work.
Okay. Okay. So a person that comes over here and just so I'm sure there's somebody out there that when we and then guys Georgetta
A
and
legal resident can work and live in the United States, um, can vote,
they
cannot
cannot vote,
cannot vote,
but they can only
work and live.
to live
But
here.
uh,
Can they
can
buy a
get
house?
out.
Can they buy?
Yes, everything like any resident.
Okay, and then
But
so
you can get out from the United States for more than 6 months.
you cannot leave the country.
No, if you stay out of the country for more than 6 months, they gonna be empowered that take care of
So if you
the
leave the United
residents.
States for more than 6 months, then you'll lose your green card status.
Mhm.
So what's the difference in the green card, and a visa?
A visa is for just come for vacations.
Right.
Is they can live here
Right.
more than 3 months
Okay.
or work. Cannot.
You cannot work.
No.
You cannot work. Okay. So you got the green card. You got
It's
the visa.
just the people come here and spend money.
Okay.
That's it. And come back to your country.
Okay. Go back to your country. Yeah. So I guess they got different kinds of visas. So they got the certain kind of visas where Elon Musk and the major corporations that Apple, Meta.
Yeah, there is
Facebook.
for vacation. There is also for work.
Mm-hmm.
There is also for students
Mm-hmm.
or the humanitarian visa,
Mm-hmm.
just for when we have a something special that have a family here in a bad situation, like a sick or a hospital and big accident, something like that.
Right.
You
So-
have to ask for the visa. Ooh.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, guys. You guys on the Doug Best Show. We late night. We talking. Me and my Senorita just chopping it up. I'm here doing files.
For a witness also can stay here.
What's a witness though?
When something illegal happen here and you're a witness of the,
You got to clarify that one a little bit.
they can use that kind of visa and stay here, and you can work and do everything like a legal person that stay here. But after the finish it with all the legal transition with the other person, you have to go back.
So what about in Mexico? Do Mexico treat the citizens from America the same way? You only can stay there for a certain period of time?
Yes.
Okay, so if I went to Mexico right now, can I get a job?
No.
You can't. So if I went to Mexico right now and I wanted to be
You either can buy a house or near to the borders.
right. You cannot buy a house within 500
No.
miles to the borders or the water.
Of the water.
So Mexico as stringent as America? Because I've been to Mexico a bunch of times. I only have problems when I'm coming back to America.
You can go, but you can stay longer.
Okay.
You just had a tourist.
Okay, so when we go to Mexico, so they giving me what, a tourist visa?
Mexico now require a visa for United States.
Okay.
It's a permit.
Okay, just a permit. So
Yeah.
that form that we fill
We
out,
remember that we
fill that form out, and they say you take it
yes, and
less than
by-
$10,000. Okay. Yeah. So I'm.
no, that one is the permit that we get
Mhm.
to get in Mexico is a permit, and we pay like $35 dollars, I think so. I not remember exactly the amount.
Yeah, Miss Scrub says, I guess she's asking the tourist visa. Yeah. So when we go to Mexico, I remember you always filling out something and they want to make sure how much money do you have? A lot. No, I'm just playing.
And
Yeah.
in Mexico, it's a little more difficult that in like a United States person get a married with a woman over there with a Mexican. It's more. Uh,
You say it's more difficult in Mexico to get married there. It's easier here in America.
mhm.
But I wonder if anything is going to change under Trump. So you said that the Mexicans now they're afraid. Some of them.
Some of them, not everybody, but
Yeah. Yeah, you know, just as time goes on, we're gonna see how this thing play out. You guys on the Doug Best Show late night, just a podcast. We trying to grow it. We trying to do it in all kinds of different ways. We in my Doug Best tax office. This is my Senorita. You know, we ain't got nothing scripted. You know, it's one almost 1:15 in the morning. I said, you know, let's do a podcast. My son just left, and Georgetta says she's educating us on the citizenship. Thank you. She says, thank you, beautiful. And then you know what I noticed my Senorita, which is a beautiful thing right here. You get an opportunity to kind of like start and articulating yourself, you know, in English, because her English is her second language. It's like when I go to Mexico, I don't know if Spanish is my second language because half the time I'll be butchering the language. But my Spanish is pretty good. Yeah, and I'm glad you guys just tuning in with me there. For everybody that's been supporting me for the last few months, my show is almost approaching the 1,000 mark of subscribers. And on Facebook, we almost got 10,000. And the only reason that the show hasn't exploded is because I got a lot of things on my plate. And tonight, guys, I went to the funeral today with my cousin, John Ali. We hear about 9 o'clock, you know, I said, man, I'm going to get a bunch of files dead. Somebody calls me for Doug. They got the fire department. They got a bunch of police over right in front of your apartment complex. I got a chipper. A chipper is a tree chipper that, you know, that when you cut the trees down, you put it in there, and then it cuts the trees down. I got a pickup truck in the front of the apartment complex. I go over there. I get on Jensen and Am Avenue. From there, you could see all the police cars. I get down there. I get out my truck. Me and her, we walk up there, and the guy's, he's like, I said, man, I own all this property, all of this, everything, all this mine. And he was saying, well, we'll talk to you later. So I go inside, and the police looking. Yeah, I'm the black guy, but I own all this stuff. So we go inside, and we look out there, and some drunk, this guy then tore up the chipper. Today, this is how God works. Today, somebody called me, and they said they wanted to buy the chipper for $10,000. Well, my office, my tax office is packed with people. You know, people don't believe it, but I got the busiest tax office in the whole city. That's why we have to make sure that we do everything correct. That's why I hired another girl, because I tell her that, you know, this office is under a microscope. People scrutinize it. People might hate you. Other tax offices or tax people might hate you. That's why I hired somebody else to shower Lavender to make sure that, you know, when me and Miss Logan Muhammad do the files, you go back and double check everything. But go back to the story about the chipper. I go over there. The drunk, he done tore up the chipper. So I said, man, the guy called me 5 times. He got the 10,000 right there for me to come, but I can't leave. And so he tore up the chipper, and I got a pickup truck. He tore it up. I'm going to put it on Facebook, all the pictures in a few minutes. But the police says, well, I told him, man, somebody wanted to buy this chipper for 10,000. We got over there. I'm thinking in my mind, yeah, but then the police says, you know what? It could be a blessing in disguise. This is how God works. It could be a blessing in disguise because, you know, the guy had insurance. And so he had insurance. So hopefully they got enough money to compensate me for the pickup truck over there and the chipper. And then if they do, I don't even want none of the money. I'm going to take all that money and the property we got next door to the apartment complex.
More headaches.
Yeah, more headaches. I'm going to take that money and I'm going to have them go over there and farm it and shape it up where they could put they can shape it up so we can have another apartment complex over there. What's going on out there, guys? I'm Doug Best. You on the Doug Best Show. Me and my Senorita is past 1 o'clock in the morning. My son don't want to believe. My son don't want to believe. Yeah, your daddy up, man, on the Doug Best Show. Trump go to Fox News or CNN. This right here, this is the TV right here. It's going all over the world. How you feeling, I'm just I'm hungry.
Missing the kids a little.
What kids? Them cats?
The cats.
Mm. Yeah, guys, I'm just learning that, now I seen Trump today, and he's in Southern California, and I was just looking at him and his wife. I said, man, they look so relaxed in front of the camera now. And it's like me and you right now. We look so relaxed. I mean, we are relaxed. You on the Doug Best Show, guys, and we just here, we just chopping it up, talking to our friends out there, and we just asking everybody that's been supporting us to keep supporting us. And then if you got some ideas about how we can make the Doug Best Show bigger and better and more powerful and add some value to the people's life, everybody, Georgetta, when you come to town, man, y'all can come get on the show. We ain't gotta have no script. You ain't got to be Lil Kim, or J Lo or Beyonce to come get on the show. Even though Fresno is like a little small town, you could believe, man. I bet $100,000 right now. It's somebody probably in New York or in Vegas or up in Sacramento or St. Louis. They watching us right now. They just don't say nothing. And today I was in the church and the guy said that I seen it on Doug Best's Facebook when it said my friend John Ali was dead, and I couldn't believe it. But then I looked at it and I said, John Ali Best, that's his cousin. He wouldn't put nothing on there unless it's true. So guys, this is the Doug Best Show. We wanted to grow, and I want to add some value to everybody's life, and you welcome to come on here. If you see us doing something right, tell us we doing it right. If you see us doing something wrong, tell us we doing something wrong. All we doing, this real life. This like reality TV. We just didn't put it together, and this is what we doing. This is my tax office. It's successful. The Doug Best Show is going to be successful. My apartment complex is successful. The guy tore up the chipper and the pickup truck over there. If we get any money, if it's 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, I'm not going to touch one penny. We're going to put it on the property next door and build some more apartments. That's what we're going to do. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. She missing the cats. I'm hungry. I don't want to eat in front of everybody, but look. No, I better not eat. But can I sip on the soda? Y'all, how y'all doing out there? You want a little soda? Georgetta, can you talk to us? Miss Scrubs. And don't you have to declare the amount of money? And don't you have to declare the amount of money that you take to each country? Yeah, you do. But the rule is, you can't take more than $10,000. So what happens is I take 10,000.
After the 10,000, we have to pay taxes.
Yeah, but usually you ain't gonna take no more than $10,000.
Yeah, but we can have it, but after that we have to pay taxes.
Yeah, and you got to declare. But so what happens? So usually when you go, we go all over the world. Yeah, we go all over the world. Yesterday I seen my cousin Rhonda, and we was like just talking, and she showed me how beautiful. She just spent $100,000 on a brand new, what was a Mercedes. SUV, and I was saying, we looked at a Mercedes about a month ago. My Senorita didn't want it. And she says, what kind of car you got, cousin? I got that old raggedy pickup truck, but I got a bunch of pretty good. We don't need it, but that car was so beautiful. For just a little while, I said, we should just go buy a Mercedes.
But then we have to be parked in.
Yeah, we're going to park it because we always working. How you guys doing out there? Anybody out there listen to us? It's 1:20. We on the Doug Best Show and Best Taxes. We just chopped it up.
I want a car for travel.
One car, but we got travel cars.
But the one that has a bed and big space for the cats. And
so you thinking like maybe a RV? Not that big one.
Not too big. Not too big. It's just something that is more space for.
Yeah, for the cats.
For the cats.
Yeah, I think about that too. But I'm thinking, guys. I'm just thinking. Me and my son was talking earlier. We just on the Doug Best show, just chopping it up. Maybe somebody out there, thinking the same thing I'm thinking. We can quit right now and go get a big RV. But I ain't no
Big
good driver.
house.
A big, but shit, we got houses. We got my big house. We don't even ever stay in the house.
Yeah, but
Or you
more
want,
space.
or you just want everybody to know we got a 5,000 square foot house. And we don't never, and we gonna
I
stay in
wanna,
one room.
but bigger.
Bigger. I don't know if
Yes.
bigger is better, guys. We got a big house, and this is the truth. I be in one chair watching the TV, falling asleep with the cat in my
Yeah,
arm.
we was directed to the bed.
Yeah, go directly to the bed. So a big old house,
In the morning, get out from the house
and come
and
straight.
then
Now
back
exercise first,
exercise
and
first.
do my little prayer, and then come. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Sleep a little bit.
Yeah, guys, this Doug Best. It's late 90s. Says rent a Mercedes to travel to San. We got a bunch. Hey, so you just don't know. We don't need no Mercedes. We got brand new Lexus, brand new Cadillac, brand new Infinity.
I like Cadillacs.
You got Cadillac, and we got a new what is that? A Camry.
The,
Camry that we ain't drove in 4 5 years on a flat.
yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna tell you, I guess out there, just to have a car, just to say you have a car, I guess is a good thing.
I think the cars is lose money because
Value.
yeah,
But I did think about, I guess earlier, 2 or 3 months ago, I seen a Bentley. It was like 347,000.
Mm-mm.
And then looked at the car. I said, man, this car look. It's a
no,
pretty car.
it's not a good idea to have a new car.
No, because it's gonna drop into value too
Yeah,
quickly.
immediately.
Immediately.
Immediately, you get up to the agencies.
Yeah, it depreciates.
Yeah,
What you guys thinking out there, Miss Grubbs?
it's like at 30% or 40%.
I don't know if it's gonna drop that fast immediately, but over time it will. It's not an asset that appreciates in
Mm.
value. So if you spend 300,000 on a house,
We never recover the money.
no, you never recover the money.
If you spend that money in a house, you're going to recover it
And some equity.
in equity.
And
Yeah.
some equity. What you guys doing out there? We just on the Doug Best show, just chopping it up. Man, I see different guys on different podcasts. They just talking. Just like we just talking. Me and my Senorita, we just up here just talking. We just talked about immigration, talked about going to the funeral. And this another thing when I noticed today, when we went to the funeral with my cousin, John Ali. Man, you know what I was thinking during the funeral? And this is an important thing. I want everybody to know out there, man, because God's been good to me. And I talk about that all the time. But I'm gonna tell you something, guys, out there. And I don't know if who's gonna listen to me though, but in order for when God's been good to you, it's almost like you got to have a pure heart, man. Your heart got to be pure. I don't care if you like the Honorable Mayor Jerry Dyer. Your heart has to be pure, and God give you these blessings and people trust you and look up to you. You could be like, the great pastor, DJ Kreiner. Your heart has to be pure because people is coming to you for substance and for strength and energy and spiritual energy. Your heart has to be pure. And so I was thinking today after my cousin, I left the funeral home and I just sit in the car and cry for a couple of minutes. Don't tell nobody. Yeah, the big bad wolf, the black Superman was in the car crying with nobody looking at me. And I was just thinking, I said in my mind, like somebody told me, whatever you feeling right now, somebody in my mind said, whatever you feeling right now, these are your purest thoughts. So when you go to a funeral and you sincerely go into that funeral to show love and reverence for the person that's leaving, whatever your thoughts are your purest thoughts. Because you know what happens when I was in there with my cousin John Ali and I was sitting next to my brother Rodney Best, and I thought in my mind, I said, we here because we know we showing reverence to the person in the box. We showing reverence to the person in the box. And the celebration is really for us outside because we know one day we going to be in that box. That's what I felt. That's what I felt today. And I don't know if anybody else felt that, but I'm going to tell you something. When you go to a funeral, Whatever your purest, most thoughts are, that's the reality of your life right there. Because you know one day you're going to be in that box. And then so me and my Senorita sitting here in my tax office, 1:30 in the morning, talking to somebody out there on the airways, on this podcast, the Doug Best Show. Man, I'm telling you, like I could see you right now. I'm positive one day we're going to have 1 million subscribers and people going to be listening to us all over the world. Listen, I remember when me and my Senorita first met. This, I don't know, 10, 11 years ago, she worked over there in the office next door. And I didn't have no customers. So every day I knew what time she's going to get off work. True story, guys. Because she's every day, and I'm out there in the parking lot like I'm cleaning the parking lot, and I'm saying,
You always
hola,
help me to
to get in
close
the car. Yeah. And she says, I said, hola. She says, you speak Spanish? Oh, si, si. Those are my only 2 words I know. Hola and si,
Hola.
si.
And sí, sí, that's the only
Yeah.
thing you
But
spoke.
but back then I might have had like one client in a whole week. But now, here we are. Years later, 10, 11 years later, man, this place be so packed you could just ask people.
Yeah, but remember I told you,
Mm-hmm.
just wait, just
Just wait.
wait.
Patience. And then in Spanish, espera, espera, espera.
I don't have no clients.
No client.
Wait, wait.
And then now here it is.
Later on, you have to cry too.
Please
It's too
don't.
many clients.
Too many clients. And then, hey guys, you on the Doug Best Show, and then watch. Somebody gonna remember this right here. Somebody gonna remember this. You're gonna say, man, do you remember I seen that guy, him and his Senorita at 1:30 at night. 1:30 at night. Oh, there's people passing by, we on Blackstone. Oh man, this is busy out here. This the mud out here. This the ghetto. Don't worry about it.
No.
We don't have
You
no
are
problem.
with me.
Oh yeah. Dougie with you, baby. Yeah, but my point is, just like Best Taxes was just at the beginning, there wasn't no clients, and right now we on the Doug Best Show. We don't have as many sponsors as sponsors. We don't have no sponsors. Only my son. Straight to the bag. Too fresh to narrow. So fresh to narrow. We don't have no sponsors, but subscribers. We growing and we growing, and the people trusting us. The people trusting us because my heart is pure. We don't have to play no games at this stage in our life, and I tell everybody the truth. And I'm just happy that you guys out there, and y'all just hang in there with me, man. And we'll figure out a little niche to get to where we're gonna want to go. And where we want to go, we want to be on the same level as Don Lemon and Joe Rogan and whoever else, the big people in the world. I had my girls the other day working in here. I told them, I want you to find all the biggest podcasters in the world. I want everything that you got on them. They gave me a little information, and they was like saying, well, Doug, what do you want? I said, well, whatever they doing, I want you to just only work on that all day. I think they couldn't see it because they probably see, that's just Doug. But somebody out there, guys, somewhere at one point in time, Donald Trump wasn't always the president. He was just Donald. But now, he's a convicted felon. So now, us that was in the mud, they gonna have to make some adjustments now. Like before, it was like, oh, you was a convicted felon, so they got some parameters and they got some barriers where we couldn't do certain things. I never seen them anyway, because I don't let nothing like that stop me. But guys, that's inspiration to know if Donald Trump, we talking about this on the Doug Best Show late night, 1:30 at night. If Donald Trump's a convicted felon, I don't care if you like him or love him or whatever, he's the president of the United States. So that's just telling us it's all
And now
kind.
he has immunity.
He has immunity. Yeah, he has immunity. And he almost 80 years old. And and he said that maybe God, it was an affirmation. I don't know what he said. Something about when God allowed him to live, he want to come out and do something positive. We'll see. I'm not sure if he's just a great talker. Maybe he is, maybe he ain't, but we'll see. But what the point that I'm making right here, anything is possible. Anything is possible. A few years ago, we didn't have no clients here. A few clients. Now we got more clients than we can even Imagine that thing always hurting your ears. I get you some more of them. It's not gonna be so strenuous on your ears. What you guys thinking about out there? Is anybody out there with me? What is it? Poquito. Poquito means a little. Chiquito, poquito. Miss Shrubs. Yeah, guys, we've been on the air for about 30 minutes. It's 1:30. My Senorita got clients that's gonna come here tomorrow. You know, she do notaries. She do notaries for she do notaries for all kinds of people. And she got some clients that's gonna be at what, 12? That's 12.
One at 12 and the other at 1.
At one. 12 and
Una.
una. And then in the morning, you know, I got people
And those is for the immigration.
for immigration. And she doing immigration stuff too. But I just wanted to get on the air, you know, and just tell everybody that, you know, and I appreciate you. And Miss Tashara and Lavender, you learning everything, you doing everything great. I really appreciate what you be doing. And then Renisha and Logan Muhammad, Big James says heavy on the Muhammad. I appreciate you guys being in here and helping me carry the load and making absolutely 100% sure that we're doing everything that we possibly can to make sure we got all the RS files correct. Because sometimes I'm black. And sometimes the black people and sometimes the Mexican people don't keep the proper paperwork like you should. But we got to just keep pushing them, keep encouraging them, keep motivating them to make sure that we got everything correct. And then we just get the money for you. Because I know how to put the stuff in the systems correctly. And my heart is pure and my mind is clear. But I got to make sure that we do everything right. And I'm not under no illusion that this place is not being scrutinized 1,000,000 times percentages, and we're not under the microscope. But that's a good thing, because that means that you know we have to do everything correct to the best of our abilities. And then so it's like this, guys. You could do 99 things right. This is what the parole officer told me when I came home, and he says, "Best, you can make it. You could do 99 things right, and you do one thing wrong, it's going to wipe out all those good things that you did. So you got to work extra hard to try to do 100 things right at all times. And it's almost impossible to do, guys. But when you're in the public eye like I am right now, and I'm on this podcast on the Doug Best Show, so with greater notoriety, with greater publicity, and greater public exposure, it comes with greater scrutiny. And so I got to make sure, you know, my friend Gentry Green said the other day, Doug, man, don't get on that thing being spontaneous, because you know how you are, snapping and going off and saying the wrong thing, because you're trying to build and you want people to trust you, and then you want to enhance people's lives. You don't want to, if you do think something stupid, man, go take a walk and come with some clear thoughts. You could believe that the Honorable Mayor Jerry Dyer, he probably be wanting to cuss somebody out, but he can't do it. Gavin Newsom, I seen him a few hours ago on the news. Trump been talking crazy about him, but when Mr. Newsom, the governor, when he got with Trump, he was nice, he was courteous, and he was polite. And that's what I'm working on. That's what I'm working on, baby. Okay, guys, what you just on a final note, tell me what you thinking, Senorita. You enjoying yourself? You really go home and be with our cats and take a nap? Because I'm going to be up at 6 exercising.
I miss the cats.
You miss the cats? Yeah, and I appreciate you sharing with us and the public out there about immigration. And then I hope all the Mexican people out there, I hope you guys take heed that, you know, if you...
Yeah, it's sad because for the families, it's catastrophic when they are separate, the family. And
very catastrophic.
yes.
So guys got to take heed. If you need to go to immigration and you wait until the last minute, don't wait. If your cards or something need to be taken care of, I think that President Trump is serious. From what I'm observing, I think he's serious. So if you need to
They
make,
have to look for one of the remedies and try to update
the paperwork,
the paperwork.
yeah, guys. So you hear, and we trying to influence in a positive way. You know, sometimes you might be a little reluctant. If you're Mexican out there, you might have your tia, that's your auntie, your tío, that's your uncle, your abuela, That's your grandma, your abuelo, your grandpa. You know, they might be scared. Man, listen, that's what God allowed you to be to get the greater knowledge and to help them. They might they might just need you to go down there and figure out a way to help them. Because it would be devastating if they took your grandpa, your auntie, or your cousin up out of your life. You don't believe that, but you listen to the news and you might understand English a little better. You gotta see something. We gotta help each other. The Mexican people out there, I'm telling you, you gotta help each other. Like the other day, my cousin Roscoe told me, "Hey cousin, man, I love you, man. You know, black men don't be telling each other that. Man, is you gay? You trying to what?" But he told me that, and it affected me because my mom and them died. I never told him that I loved them. Then I'm telling the Mexican people out there right now, somebody's listening to me. Somebody's out there. I don't care. Somebody's out there. Man, you might have to, a family member, you might have to pay attention and see. It might be some remedies available. It might be some programs available. It might be some immigration situation where your uncle, your auntie, your cousin, they might not understand English that well. And you might have to help them, fill out the paperwork or help guide them to some people that might be able to help them. Because I don't think that Mr. Trump is playing. And I think that
And don't worry about the time. You stay here for years and years. One of them is going to be you have your papers, but you have to
help. Yeah, you got to help. That's how you feel too. Yeah, and guys, I think we seen the Honorable Mayor Jerry Dyer's wife, and she Mexican. The lady you took a picture with, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
she's
she's Mexican.
Yeah, so I think the mayor's heart. I don't know the guys. His heart seemed like that's what I be reading people. It seemed like his heart is in a good place. So in the city of Fresno, we might be okay, but we never know because ICE got federal power. So guys out there, we gotta like look out for each other. I ain't saying try to get in too many people's business, but for the Mexicans right now, man, the spotlight is on you guys. So you gotta we gotta help each other. Don't believe that it's no good Mexicans and bad Mexicans. My daughter and them probably said, I know he ain't on there trying to advocate for the Mexican. Yeah, I got a Mexican one right here. And don't worry about it. I'm gonna always be advocating for the black people. But this is just the issue at hand right now. If any Mexican out there, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:40 in the morning, you're on the Doug Best Show. But if you got any Mexicans out there that want to come get on the Doug Best Show, my show growing. We growing. And then we trying to add value to your life. You ain't got to be scared. You can come on here and you could talk. They got the Councilman Aries. I seen him say one day that, it's affecting us personally. And I think he was talking to Bretterfield. That was a city councilman now. He's a supervisor. If you know some of these guys, man, bring them on the show. Let's talk about it. I mean, this is what the show is all about. It's gonna grow. I ain't worried about it one iota. We gonna grow. But we gonna close, and then my Senorita, tell them what you want to tell them. We finna go home to our cats. I'm gonna be here bright and early in the morning. I'm Dougie. I'm your friend on the Doug Best Show, and everybody that's been tuning in, I love you for that. You want to say something before we go?
That every people who wants to update the papers or check the
You feel more comfortable talking in Spanish? Talk to them in Spanish.
todas las personas que necesiten ayuda, que la busquen. Es
Yeah, so
muy
I'm gonna put the
importante.
microphone on. You talk to them in Spanish. Tell them. Don't be afraid. Tell them.
Es muy importante que busquen ayuda. No tengan miedo a que los periodos de tiempo para recibir una
You gotta
visa
keep the microphone. when you move
sean largos,
it.
porque el tiempo pasa. El tiempo pasa y pasa muy rápido. Entonces pueden acudir. Hay muchas organizaciones no lucrativas incluso que no les van a cobrar dinero para ayudarlos a preparar la documentación que requieren para solicitar sus visas o sus documentos. Solo que tienen que hacerlo. Los hijos mayores de 21 años ya pueden ayudar a sus papás para para obtener los documentos. No hagan desidia en pedir ayuda, en hacer sus papeles. Hay, como les repito, organizaciones no lucrativas que les ayudan, que los orientan. eh, es nada más de que tomen la oportunidad y lo hagan. No tomen el riesgo más de que vayan a ser deportados.
You're looking like so you did a great job. I think what she said, I'm gonna see if I can be the interpreter. Necesito un interpreter. Yo, yo soy the interpreter. I'm the interpreter. The interpreter need an interpreter. But I think what she was saying, said guys out there, if if this is the time, to get your paperwork in order. Don't wait, because you don't want to be in a precarious position and something happen. So is he just on there just advocating for Mexicans? I got a Mexican wife here. What I'm gonna be? I don't want nothing. Ain't nothing gonna happen to her, because we'll be spending money after money. They'll be the best attorneys, but her, she's an American citizen. But with the point we making out there, guys, right now, immigration is the number one thing that they focusing on right now. The system, the government, the Trump administration. Guys, y'all got to stick together out there and put something together to help each other. And so, what would be the purpose for the Mexicans that's here right now? They got perfect citizenship, and then you got a cousin, or auntie, or uncle, or abuelo, or grandma, and grandpa, and they in a precarious position, and then you pretending like you so big and powerful. But every time you went to jail, you called them and they help you. So guys, you got to stick together out there. And then what I'm gonna do, every time I get an opportunity to read and observe something that's gonna be instrumental and add value to the people's life, I'm gonna be on the show. I'm gonna be on Facebook. I'm gonna be on the Doug Best Show. My cousin Cab, I see you said, man, good talking. I see Miss Scrubs, you said, if you've been in the U.S. for 20 years, you get your paperwork together.
No.
20 years, yeah, my Senorita says it don't matter about how many years.
How years
How
you
many
have here.
How many years you have here? You know, if the paperwork isn't correct, they could still take you up out of here.
No, you have to be just for a
Looking at the
husband,
camera.
American husband, or a child older than 21 can apply for the parents or brothers. A husband, a father who, as American citizen, is gonna be faster.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Or a company who requests also an employee.
yeah. But you got to look at the camera right there. You looking at me like you looking at me for approval. Hell, I don't know what's going on.
Not for approval,
Oh, not
just
for,
talking to you.
Oh, you talking to me? Hablando me? Okay. Yeah, I got you. I think what you're saying. So if
You need a camera over here because it's like a...
Okay, so yeah, we want to move the camera that way. We'll buy another camera. Yeah, eventually,
Just move this one.
Yeah, so what happened?
To over there
The
or
people
right there?
charged me like $10,000 for them cameras over there, but I didn't know that you need the big cameras that zoom in and out. So now I bought the camera. Ain't no problem. In time, I'll just develop I'll just develop a whole studio. Don't worry about it. We could do whatever we want, but just what we're doing right now, we just kind of just learning as we go. So usually these podcasts, they got production teams, they got directors, they got cameramen, they got sound men, they got different people that splice and dice the tape. But what we doing on here, we just being spontaneous, and we talking to the people, and we learning as we go, and we just trying to add value.
Si te casas con un estadounidense, 6 a 1 año, de 6 meses a 1 año puedes ya obtener tus documentos. Las visas de cuando son por un hijo mayor de 21 años hacia los padres o a los hermanos, son más prolongados los tiempos, pero va corriendo el tiempo y va a llegar el momento en que van a tener la visa.
Yeah, so she said that, no sense waiting, procrastinating, Go on, get your situation there. Bro, Cab Best, I see out there. What is you saying about the vote? They can't vote unless they're American citizens. And most of the American citizens that voted for Trump, we just saying, I think that, like when you take some medication, there's going to be some side effects. I don't know this, but I'm just predicting from what my viewpoint. It's going to affect, this thing is going to affect some people in a personal way that we didn't realize that it's going to affect them. And we just, on this particular segment, we mostly just talking about the Hispanics. But, we moving forward, we just going to try to just stay positive. We're going to keep encouraging each other. And everybody just keep doing what you're doing and try to help each other. I'm your friend. This is my Senorita. We on the Doug Best Show. And I'm glad that everybody tuned in. And Cab Best said, the sad part is 45% of the Mexican Hispanics voted for Trump. And then, guys, I don't know. It's like before. If you was a black guy and you liked it, Trump, you was gonna get ostracized. And then if you was a Mexican and you voted for Trump, we don't want to make it seem like those. We're not trying to say those people that voted for Mr. Trump is bad people, because people voted for different things. Some people might have voted because they figure he's gonna be a great businessman and he's gonna help the economy. And some people voted for other reasons. But when you voting for somebody, and I got to say this right so I don't seem like a religious fanatic or something, right? But every man, it could be the Honorable Jerry Dyer, it could be DJ Kreiner, Pastor DJ Kreiner, it could be me, Doug Best, grandpa, business owner. We're going to fall short. We're going to fall short. So you don't want to put all your faith in the man. You just want to try to just watch what's going on, be conscious, be aware, and, try to help yourself and the people that's close to you. So we just got to just move forward. I don't think that Mr. Trump is super good in all ways. I don't think he's super bad in all ways. But he's not going to please us in every way. Nobody. Not the blacks, not the whites, and not the Hispanics, because he's a politician. And a politician is, I think somebody said it's an oxymoron where, it's going to be so much duplicity and so much contradictions. But we just talking about him tonight. But in the future, we want to talk about all kinds of things. Cab, as soon as you come to the city, man, I thought you was going to come here and go to Brother John Ali's funeral, and we could have chopped it up. You could come get on the show, man. Let's just talk. We could talk about everything. And I see Zay Bang Best, the best man, the money man. You got that right there. But yeah, but my Senorita said, Mr. Money Man, we really go home. Hey, guys, I'm Doug Best. I'm your friend, and this my beautiful Senorita right here. And we just having fun with you guys. Everybody, every time y'all see us, man, just tune in. And I'm going to tell you, each time that we get on the show, we're going to add some value to your life. We're going to learn as we go. And she said, we need some more cameras. We got like about $10,000 in cameras.
No, just one that is because we're talking.
And then you want a camera from this direction.
Yes.
Okay,
Because if you want to start looking at this camera, but I giving you my back, and it's like I don't feel comfortable.
You don't feel comfortable? Let me look at your back.
No.
Boy, you got such a beautiful
it's not
back.
Correct.
Okay. So I got you. We'll get another camera, but the only problem is I get here about 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. And I leave here at 2 o'clock in the morning. I ain't got enough time to go down to the camera shop, but we'll get one. Because eventually,
just
redirect that one.
Yeah.
I got you.
We don't need more cameras. Just, I think this
they
one
need to
is
be
gonna be over
positioned
there,
better.
or this one.
Yeah, reposition it.
To be like this and not go like, oh.
You got to keep moving around. So
yeah,
I got you.
If we like this, we are
right. I got you.
And the camera is gonna be in this direction.
Yeah. So what the issue is really this right here is just we just
more comfortable sitting like this.
We didn't just create a little podcast situation, but really this is my desk, and so I done worked around to that. So just eventually what I'll do, I'll build a studio. But the reason why I got it right here, so we could sit here and I could work and I could make us some money and I could do the podcast and then people could see. It says, text my number back, man, the 906 number. I need to know if it's worth it for me to do my taxes. It's always worth it for you to do your taxes if you done made some money and then you're trying to get the earned income tax credit. You just got to have all the proper paperwork for the IRS files. Okay, guys, I'm tired, and it's been a long day. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I got to be back up in here. 2 o'clock in the morning. We got to be back because I got people coming from some people coming from Merced and some people coming from Visalia. And if they say they're going to be here at 10 o'clock and I show up at 11 o'clock, they probably going to curse me out. People always cussing me out because I got too many clients. That's a beautiful thing, though, because God been good to us. So, okay, guys, we're going to close. You got to always try to keep your heart pure. And that don't mean that you ain't going to make no mistakes. You ain't going to make no mistakes. You just got to, like, keep going. I love you, Senorita. Hi, darling. We got to go home. We got to go. Girl, you going to make me kiss? Y'all see that? She trying to make me kiss her hand on the camera.
Like a senorita?
Oh, like a real Senorita? Okay, I will. Later. A ratito. We got to go, guys. I love you guys out there. And everybody that tuned in, Cab and Bang. And I seen, who else was it? Cupcake, Georgetta, Miss Scrubs, and whoever else that tuned in. And we going to share it. If you see it, guys, look. When I put it on Facebook, just share it and just share it and just share it. And all the things that I put on there. And just add some comments. And you see that I should do something. You want me to do something different? I will. I'm giving you my heart, man. My heart is pure. But sometimes I'm going to make a bunch of mistakes, but we moving forward. I'm your friend. That's my Senorita. Hola, bonita.
Hola, amor.
Okay, guys. Mi amor. Okay, guys, I'm Doug. I'm your friend. We're going to sign out. And then we got to go here.
Buenas noches.
Buenas noches. Buenas noches means the interpreter need an interpreter. The interpreter necesita un interpreter.
Intérprete necesita un intérprete.
Okay, guys. Good night. I'll see you guys. Okay, Cab. I'll see you guys. Bang. Everybody else out there. Miss Scrubs. Good night. The interpreter needs an interpreter.